Lisk. So Lisk's numbers are kind of interesting because it's talking about the superchain. So they share a lot of superchain numbers, which I'll talk about, which are obviously very good because it's the accumulation of tons of different projects. Lisk itself, the holders' numbers are really ambiguous, but this is way down from its all-time high. So I want to take a look at what this can do this year. Now, before I get into any of it, if you are new here, this spreadsheet shows the first 26 coins that I did videos about on the channel. In the videos, I showed myself buying up all of these cryptos. These were coins that I thought could do very, very well, make a lot of cash, which is obviously why I bought them. You can see what they were worth when I recorded my videos. These are the highest some of these cryptos, well, all these cryptos hit around about 16 months on, and what your profits would have been if you'd just popped $100 into these coins. 100 into every single one would have made you over 123 grand. Now, we are in a bull cycle, and if you are not confident in the coins you own, have a look at copymycrypto.com because you've got to get this sorted. Copymycrypto.com is where I share with my members all the coins that I own. So when I find a crypto, like many of these, that I thought was going to do very, very well, I jump onto my site, I tell my members about the crypto I've found and the price that I'm going to buy this crypto at. So my members can get in on the coin, same price as me. I do the same when I sell. So there's no work for my members. They're in and out of coins at the same price as me. So they make the same profit. If you go onto my site, you'll see some of the profits my members have made. You can see their testimonials about the service they get at Copy My Crypto. You can see some of my past successes as well. Whether it's getting the members in on a meme coin that did a 300x in a couple of weeks, whether it is the members getting in on Phantom, which ended up doing 700x in the last bull cycle and made millionaires. Everything on the site that you read is public record. It's all on the history of this channel, so you can verify it all. And if after doing all of that, you like what you see and you want to find out the cryptos I think are the winners this cycle, all you have to do to find out about them is join up on the site. Now, Lisk. So, Lisk has been around for a while. You know, launched back in 2016. And in the 2018 bull cycle, it went to highs of about $40. $39.31, right? In the 2021 cycle, it only really peaked out about $8. So, way off. And, you know, that is a natural downtrend that it is in. Natural downtrend. Now, in terms of holders, firstly, the holders numbers is unclear. So, CoinMarketCap says 1,490 holders, right? If you go onto the list on Block Scout, you can see Lisk, and it says 167,000 holders. So this is the number of accounts holding the token. So that is very, very different. Although there isn't like an exhaustive list, to be fair. So it would be useful to be able to actually run through it, because how many of them have just got like 0.01 Lisk, right? Now Lisk itself is built for higher growth markets. Lisk itself is trying to support founders and builders from all over the world to thrive on Ethereum for the first time. They have an average fee of less than a cent. You know, it's near zero fees to build and scale apps in emerging markets. It's between a 10 and 100 times improvement on what Ethereum is. They have super chain interoperability. So with Lisk, seamlessly transfer assets across all the major blockchains and access the fastest growing user base alongside some of the biggest players in the industry. For example, Optimism. So when we take a look at so the superchain, so as you can see, you know, nice range of blockchains there. Whether it's Optimism, you've got Base, Inc., Unichain, WorldChain. And the superchain metrics themselves are obviously very good. 15.8 billion, 1.2 million users, over 750 apps. But that's the superchain metrics. That's not Lisk's metrics, right? And it's probably sensible sharing those rather than Lisk's actual metrics. Lisk is buyable everywhere. It is actually on Binance. It isn't on Coinbase, mind you. They are looking at doing 100 million burn. So that is a massive token burn. So potentially we could see a little bit of a price rise off the back of that. Because obviously, you know, there's not a huge supply of Lisk itself. It's a layer 2. It's just that it's trying to bring Web3 adoption for all these emerging markets back to Ethereum. They offer very low fees, as we know. They're trying to be efficient, scalable, using the layer 2 tech, enabling real-world applications. And as I said, they're a member of the Optimism superchain. Now, I don't get overly excited about the Optimism superchain. I don't think that is a reason to be excited about any particular project on there. But obviously it does enable a collaboration. It does mean that projects that build on Lisk or build elsewhere can be bridged, come across, which is not necessarily a bad thing at all. But when we actually dive into like the Lisk portal as an example, if it will open. So this is the gateway to Lisk. So if we take a proper look at the ecosystem, so the ecosystem isn't amazing. Okay, there's a few bits and bobs, but it's never a great sign when there's so many centralized exchanges. That is padding out an underwhelming ecosystem as far as I'm concerned. I know there are a lot of places that do this, but actually when you look into it and we actually take a look through across the board, a lot of this isn't strong stuff. You know, you can talk about some of the infrastructure stuff, maybe a couple of bits and bobs within their DeFi space, but all in all, I look at this as quite a weak ecosystem, especially given the length of time that they've been up and running. You know, they're a legacy crypto at this point. They've been around since 2016. So that isn't amazing. You can do staking on Lisk. They do have quite like an interesting airdrop feature, and they do have hodler drop 2.0. Bridges are obviously up and running, very easy. You can check out the DAO hub as well, and the Lisk DAO itself. So we'll have a quick peruse of both. So the DAO hub, so this is where you can have a look through the DAO resources and the sort of timelines that they've got within the DAO itself. You can also see the number of you can see the number of delegates and token holders. You can also see what they've been voting upon. So to be fair, you know, again, like the numbers here aren't amazing. Like this is the voting, but you can see how many addresses are actually engaging with the votes. 114. It just happens that some of them are whales for Lisk. Right? So again, underlying numbers aren't great. Now, by the way, I'm not at all excited about governance in crypto. I think it's generally piss poor. It's not an exciting realm, nor does it work for the most part. When I look at Lisk, this long-term downtrend is gonna. I don't think it can crack it. I think there's zero chance that Lisk can get above its high of 2021 in this cycle, especially when we now have more competition than ever in the layer 2 and layer 1 space. New layer 1s and layer 2s emerge every single week, it feels. Very ones that have far better technology, ones that can scale at far greater rates. That is a big challenge for a legacy crypto to overcome. And I don't think Lisk is going to be one that overcomes it. They don't have any reason to, in my eyes. Holders, like I said, it's really unclear as to what the holder count is for Lisk. But all in all, it personally be an investment I stayed away from. It hit as high as a couple of bucks last year. That's probably about as well as it will do this year. But all in all, I think when we're looking at cryptos around the market at the moment, obviously there's millions and millions and millions and millions, but there are legacy cryptos out there that are still going to do far, far, far better than Lisk. And with its current market cap and with its fall off from its all-time high, it's what you would define as a high-risk investment and one I'd personally stay away from. But I am interested to hear, because there are Lisk holders out there. So if you're a Lisk holder, why are you still holding? What are you hoping to see this year? What makes you believe this is going to be a beast this year that's going to make you money? Because if you're holding it still, there's a reason you think it's going to still make you cash. So explain to me why in the comments, guys. And look, we're in a bull cycle, and if you've got cryptos you're not happy or confident in, have a look at copymycrypto.com. If you go onto my site right now, you'll be able to see some of the profits my members have made, some of their testimonials about the service they get at Copy My Crypto, as well as some of my past successes and their successes, whether it was Phantom, which made millionaires, or whether it was a meme coin which went up 300 times in a matter of 2 weeks. All of the things you read on the site are public record. They're all on the history of this channel. On the site, I share with my members the coins I own. Whenever I find a crypto that I think is going to make a ton of cash, I jump onto my site. I tell my members about the crypto that I'm going to buy, the price that I'm going to buy it at. So my members have no work. They don't have to do any research. They can just copy along and make the exact same profits. But like I say, read through the site, watch it all, verify it all. And if you like what you see and you want to find out the cryptos I expect to be the winners this year, all you have to do to find out about any of them is join up on the site. And if you do, I'll see you there. Otherwise, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.